World Cup again. Now we're gonna move on to the fix-it stage of things. Now that all the cleaning's done, like I said, I did clean the upper part of the play field, even though I didn't do it on video. I'm gonna start with folding the head forward. I'd like to repaint this neck, redo the black. There's a bunch of spots on it you can't really see on camera, and hopefully replace this nasty ass and suspicious looking plug. Yeah, this. The head's back down. I got to put it back up from when I was painting the neck. This has now dried for 3 days. And it took me a while to figure out the new board. This is a System Alpha. These are relatively new. I think the design only came out about a year ago. Of course, I already emailed the guy for help, the guy who makes it. But if you're working on one of these, you get the things, the files off of IPDB for your game, which they had for World Cup. And you're not supposed to unzip them from the zip file, copy and paste all of them, including the text files that just say README and license, and put them in there. Then press the Flash Game ROMs button, which I already did. Yeah, I'm really bad with computers, so that took me about 30 minutes to figure out. This is going to be done in a bit of an odd order. I don't have the board rebuild yet for the power supply, and I don't see any tie-ins or ways to test it. So just gonna hope that's all right. Excuse me. Now, I don't want to damage the new board, so I have to go in and cut... Oh! Would you look at that? Alright, I have 2 leftover wires. One is this, which makes sense. It's just another 5-volt supply. But then there's this. I'm thinking this is the coin door one. There's a slot here that says black, white, green, blue for the coin door. And this is blue, green, white. No black. But it's got a dead pin in here. So for testing, we'll just leave that out. Figure it out later. And plug it in. I never ended up replacing the power cord, because I didn't have another. It'll get one eventually. Okay. What are you on? Is there a ball? Let's see what it is. No, I have nothing. Unless the start switch is on the coin door. Hold on, what if I... No. It should be ejecting those. Okay, well, there's some sort of problem. Although I will say the displays are on. Master display is a little bit wrong. Okay, here's a fun one. I can turn it on now, and it's okay, and it idles. Although I think the playfield should be dancing with lights, it's not. But if I plug in the switch matrix, the whole thing dies and becomes unhappy and will not turn back on until I remove the row switches. So something's goobered in the switches, which is not great. have a look onto the playfield. All right, I did find out a little bit more about the game. I don't think it's a board problem. I think it's a switch matrix problem. Also, the displays are now dim and wonky, so I get to look into that. Here's a picture on my phone that maybe I'll put on screen if I still have it. Anything lit in yellow will cause the game to reset, one of those being out hole. In the last clip, I had the ball in the out hole, so it would never let the game start in the first place. However, sound magically works, which is cool. Flippers are good. And it will sort of play. I'm missing every single one of these, but they're also not lit. And I think you have to score goals to light these, and I can't because both of the score goal switches kill the machine. Actually, this one doesn't. Does this? No, that's not what that does. Okay, so I know that I don't understand the rules of this game, but, and I've never seen this before, every single switch sets off the coil for the left out lane. So I'm gonna spin the spinner. But it's not registering the out hole switch because the out hole switch would cause the game to turn off. So this, I'm gonna hit the left catch and release here. And you see how it kind of jiggles there? It's like somewhere like a pulse width. I don't know. I've never seen that happen. I'm also not super familiar with System 3, but it was the first thing to come after EM, so surely it's not, like, horrendously different. Oh, I have a side thing to do. I've got more space here because one of the pins was picked up, so I have to drag heavy-ass original Dig Dug all the way over here, and then maybe also Super Pack, which is a multi-cade now, but that one's not nearly as heavy, so struggle with Dig Dug. I have some old fart is screaming like right now and going, oh, use the wheels on the back, just tip it back and roll it. No. These wheels don't work for shit in the first place because they're like 1.5 inches in diameter. Also, do you see my floor? The 6 billion patches, I'm pretty sure this building is like a century old. And if not, then close to it. So yeah, you ain't rolling a damn thing on this floor. Oh, this is gonna get some of the bad parts that are being retired off of World Cup, like the crappy flipper assemblies. This is gonna get power flippers and a couple of commodities to make it hilarious. One would be like the legs staying on, not wobbling. You fix it with wood screws, but yeah, that's all I need is a power supply. I've got everything else. This is going to be made out of EM parts and bullshit. You go. You get in. You go. Get over the shit spot in the floor. All right. I gotta cut my securing zip tie. Now there's a foot missing on the bottom right, the one that sits in this corner, so it kind of shifts. I don't know how to put a new foot on this without tipping the whole thing over, which I'm not doing right now. So I'm just gonna find a convenient piece of junk to sit in there and make it not wobble. You know, that ought to do. Which one looks worse? This one looks worse. Good enough for the moment. When everything gets moved out of here and I have to tip this over to move it, then I'll do the foot. Not doing it now. This is like 350 pounds? Something ridiculous. Get out of here. Super Pac. It's worse than regular Pac-Man, but it's got this cool-ass cabinet, so that makes it super. Let's dig this turd out. Oh, I need to store space. Is Super Pac with the 60-in-1. You have seen this. You have seen this in every Miss Pac-Man that's still alive. It's all the top games. This is honestly my favorite 60-in-1 card. It plays good, there's no lag, there's no resolution problems, it feels correct, and I know there's certain people like, oh, well, I get 1,000 games onto there. Yeah, but you don't need 1,000 games. Like, this has got pretty much everything that you care to actually have. Time Pilot's great. It's one of my favorites. So, yeah. Sweet. I had done some small fixes to this off screen. I replaced this left kicker coil, which was one of the big burned out ones. And this credit knocker I did end up buying apart. Works great. That one was really seized in there. It was burned up bad. So I'm gonna throw this coil in, and then probably do the flippers and the rubbers, then investigate the switch thing. This game's kind of messed up functionally, so I may as well do this stuff first. There's a chance I find something that could be causing other things, and I also don't like how that flipper coil works. Sweet, non-exploded thing. And it does fire. You know what I noticed? It does something odd that I'm not sure if it's on purpose. When you start the game, all of the coils fire. Not simultaneously, but they cycle. Now, I've seen this on other games, but I don't recall System 3's doing that. Watch. And then still, there's this. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. What else do I have? I think I have some light sockets that need to be replaced. Probably jump to those next. Quick and easy. I'd actually gotten the wrong sockets. You could see these are 3 terminals, but all the third terminal does was provide a mounting point for the diode from the factory. So you can just get rid of that, and it's fine. Because I ordered 2 terminals, and I'm not going to wait another week for them. I'd already done one. Was it this? Yeah, you just have to line up so that the diode and the wiring remains the same. Socket in and functioning. There you go, I just did the diode, attached it straight to the wire. There's nothing wrong with doing this. I mean, technically, it's electrically the same if you were to draw it out on a diagram. Since it only shows the current, this is no different than that. So, the game doesn't know. And I may have dropped the factory diode, so it's got a 4001. Also not a problem. Oh, okay, that only has one. Okay, so these have been rebuilt before because they're missing the nuts on the back. Or I'm wrong and they dropped the rear-mounted nuts after the EMs. I don't know. So EMs do have DC flippers, but they're kind of shittily rectified. You can upgrade them now. I actually keep meaning to. You can get better rectifiers, you can adjust the setups, pretty much any part of the setup you want to. The coil, the wiring, the gauge of the wire, anything you want. You can make the flippers less jittery. And a lot of the EMs are kind of at a point where it's like, yeah, that's the only upgrade I can really make, is just smoother flippers. Everything else works and plays smooth. I was gonna say, oh my god, that's one hell of a crater. This one too. You know, I think I know where I can get one of these screws. Everybody's favorite, Liberty Bell. And would you look at that? Nope. You know, it's a lot harder when they can just spin a full circle on you. Boom, fixed. Well, that would be why that left flipper was dragging the play field. The uppermost part of the bushing broke. You know, replace these and obviously I'll dig the goo out of it. Honey, we're not playing this game. Nope. All right. Dude, go on there. Flipper. Somebody bent this bracket plate. There you go, straight plate. Yeah, I beefed up the end of stroke wires for the flipper, and the newer end of stroke has a bigger contact pad, so hopefully that should make it last longer and brake cleaner. Brake cleaner? Yeah, brake clean! Yeah, I don't know why Williams did this goofy shit. These are woefully not enough, and they're also, what is it? The not copper windings. It's slipping my mind. You all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you see that damage to the contact pad? That's from arcing. I mean, it's kind of normal with time, especially when these are dirty, but this is particularly bad. Yes! Good flippers, and they don't buzz at all. I know it's mostly an EM thing, but still. Good flipper, good power. Oh, and I hit one of the switches that kills the game. Whoops. Oh, like you do. Board rebuilds. Alright, yeah, you could say I already redid the male pins on this, because these Williams boards, at least for System 11, which I figured I'd just do it anyway, I don't know a lot about System 3, these tend to get hot and have problems, so I've already done it. I didn't do these because I don't have this connector type. Let's see, power supply capacitor kit. Are these two little guys the same? Yes. 3. All right, well, I'll match these up and put them in. Yeah, I don't own a desoldering gun. Just haven't bought one yet. Yes. Nope. Fell right off. There you go. Rebuilt power supply. There's no potentiometer or anything on this, so in it goes. So now that I have this back in, I tested it and all the symptoms are still the same. So I'm going to repin the 5-volt and the Rowan column connector to be safe, and because these tend to have problems anyway. I'm hoping to maybe put this game in like a sports bar or something, because the actual World Cup is coming up. So, you know, just little extra things. However, this game has the two issues. One is the switch matrix causing it to crash. Like I said, I was talking with the System Alpha guy. He said there's probably a short or a switch matrix issue, which he asked me to track down. I'm going to do that. He doesn't know why it's killing the board, so we're going to find that out. I just sent him a video. And neither of us have any idea why it's just triggering this coil, because it's not triggering the switch. No points, no sounds, no score goal advancement. It's just firing the coil with everything, including on startup. So, yeah, we'll at least do these connectors first. I found something out that I really don't like. Most of these connectors are a little loosey-goosey. The display thing, loose connector pins. I get to redo most of them. Yippee! So yeah, if any of you watching actually work on your own machines, mark stuff. I find repairs that I'm just like, oh, I don't know when that happened. Because like if these were repinned back in the 90s, they could be bad again. You know, and there's not really a way to tell. I use Trifurcon, which I should probably note on here. It's, oh, hold on, let me get it to focus. Yeah, it's really hard to see, but Trifurcon, you see that like little crown it's got? It just provides better connection on the pin. And the factory ones are not. They are flat-headed. And so you see how that provides a bit of a better contact? First connectors in the head I got done were the ones for the display, both strobe ones and the BCD. Binary control something or another. These run on binary, which kind of makes sense. Binary is just 0 to 9. This is also what these are. Was it 1 to... Not important. So I've repinned those. I'm pulling out these edge connectors, because on these Williams games, these tend to suck a lot, and I don't have replacements. And I'm also going to pull the board off and actually clean the edge connector contact. And then if it still doesn't work, well, then I'm just going to be pissed, because I don't know what else to do. There is something loose in this like vacuum nipple that looks like metal. I don't know what it is. I don't know enough about these displays to know whether or not that's a problem. I want to say no, because that would affect this display, and it looks like it has, but that shouldn't kill all of them, right? I mean, other than that, I see nothing wrong with it. Obviously, it's hot where the resistors were, but it is what it is. You grab some 1000 grit. Alright, clean connectors. They start nice, but then they fade away. Ignore that you see them jumping around. That's a frame rate thing. You see how the one on the left's staying bright and the one on the right is not? They're just kind of falling away. It's not... Ow, hot bulb. That's strange. But yeah, one of them is bright. These two are, but none of the others are. This one is as well. Let me look into it. Oh, I found something. Unplugging this connector, which I don't currently know what it does. Well, I do lose most of my digits, but the ones that remain on are fully on and strong. So I have to find where that goes and what it does. Okay, so the purple wire doesn't actually help. That goes back to the strobes, which we already did. Now, apparently, if one of these glass things is damaged, it can cause problems with the rest of them. And, of course, whoop-de-doo, it's the one on the driver display board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For once, we're actually not going to Liberty Bell. You get to see another part of my collection. Well, the games aren't mine. The parts are, sort of. Some of them. Not the point. This is the Super Duper board junk box. This is from a Stern Playboy that caught on fire. And here is all of my junk. Now, I had done a while back, I had done a time fantasy. And I'm not sure if the board is the same, but it could be close. Oh, wow, I just got it. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This kind of looks like exactly the same board. I don't remember this one being good either, but if it doesn't kill the rest of them and just the credit ones, then at least we know that it's this board that needs done. Or I can sacrifice the glass tube off of this. Yeah, that looks exactly the same. Let me just look it up online to be sure, and then I'll toss it in there, because some of the resistors look different. Oh, well, good thing I looked it up, because apparently, even though they look basically the same, it's, I don't know, it's different chips or something, and if I were to swap this one on there, it might blow up the brand new board, the brand new that guy. So we're not gonna do that. But I'll see if I can switch the gas tube. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's the same number of them. I don't really see why I couldn't. Never done that before. Am I allowed to? I don't know. Usually when you get to this point, you just replace them with LEDs, but this game's not worth that much, and the original numbers look pretty good. They're not dying. So I'd like to see if that's possible. Okay, so big thing. This isn't from Time Fantasy. This is from Time Warp, which is way more important, because Time Warp is from 1979. This is from 1978, and I'm looking into it. There's not really anything about forums, so you talk with AI, which references forums, so it only knows so much. Its concern is like, well, it has commas, and there's another driver line. You could blow something up, and yeah, but it doesn't use the commas. In fact, there's a bunch of pins cut off of here, probably for the commas. And also, it's 1 year off. It's 1 year off. Surely, putting in this board that is 1 year off. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, shit. I didn't notice the burned up. God damn it. Alright, back to the board bin. You have commas. Oh, you're from a Stern game. You also have commas. No, you... God damn it. This is from that Time Warp. Okay. Williams, commas, 6 digits, no exploded bits. Oh, but those loose things, what are these? These loose things are also in the control of the other one. That's why I think it's a problem. Is this normal? Hold on, there's another one. Oh. Okay, well, you don't even have that. What is that? You don't even have a tube. Is this a replacement? I don't know. Well, it's probably going to get installed. Come with me. Anything else good in here? No? Maybe? Another one. With... Oh, but it's got that loose stuff in the back. What is that? Oh, to add more to the mystery, A, I don't even know what game this is from, and B, wait a minute. Oh, well, this one's nipple tube is broken. Get out of here. This one doesn't have one. I don't know how that works. I assume that was how these were made. And those little loose washer things are normal and are supposed to be there. And there's no burning, there's no dotting, there's no segments that don't turn on. It just dims out really quickly, which seems like a high load thing. Unplugging each display individually does not stop the displays from getting dim. I'm gonna finish repinning all the ground wires and then come back to it. 100% unrelated, but the coin door ground is broken. Fab something up real quick. Here you go, coin door ground. Opens, or closes, opens all the way with no stress on the wire. Although you see, focus in for me. See where it bends down there? I can definitely see that getting weak over time, but it's gonna take a long time. It's better than broken, and I don't really have any ground braid. Also, the ground braid also breaks from pinching like that. It's grounded! I've been repinning all the grounds all day, any relevant sensor wiring, and the entire power supply. I'm not done. I screwed up a little bit. I took this pin out, redid the connector, and then started talking. Now I don't know where it goes. I don't have a picture. Great. Go on IPDB. Pretty much every connector here is done. The only thing that isn't is the GI connector, the lamp connector, lamp ground is done, and lamp rows, because they run rows and columns just like switches. Everything else is done. This is the coin door input. That's not done, but it doesn't work at all. Power board's redone. Pretty much everything's redone. And the whole display system has been gone through, and they still just fade out and die. So I'm going to assume it's the bridge rectifier here, even though it tested all right. It might be failing under load. Let me grab the thermal camera, see if it'll show up. All right, here's the thermal camera. I am horrible with technology, so I don't know how to make this record and then play it on the screen. You're just gonna watch it with me. The bridges are there. Okay, well, neither of the bridges are crazy hot or hot in the slightest. Oh, you can't see the screen just at all. Okay, well, both bridges are room temperature and the display already failing. Hey, wait a minute. Oh yeah, it is still flickering across the camera. I thought it stopped. Oh yeah, I always talk about how bulbs being hot damages inserts. This one says it's, what? Fahrenheit? About 300 degrees Fahrenheit? That seems high. I might have to recalibrate this. But still, it's hot as hell like that for a long, long period of time. Oh, and I have a fun update regarding the problems. Alright, it's actually a new day. It's like 10 a.m. or something. But today is going to be a joyous day. Because outside, it's going to be 90 degrees. Now, given the input lag to the shop, by the time it's 90 out there, I have about 3 hours until it's 90 in here. And then when it cools off out there, I have about 3 hours till it cools off in here. This is a concrete oven. So I'm kind of going to have to leave these fans on so as to not pass out. Hopefully it doesn't mess with the audio too much. So in concerns to the game, I am not crazy. Let me pull up the email here. All right, I'm gonna flicker the email up on screen. But I was going back and forth with the guy who made the System Alpha. We were trying to figure out why it's just doing that. And the short version is that he said when the System Alpha board blinks like that, it typically means the original Williams software, the ROMs, have crashed. So SA turns off everything to protect the system. System Alpha. Yeah, I don't know electronics. To check this, he ran it on a test rig, and he said it was fine. And then he went and grabbed the ROMs from IPDB and said the new ROMs are bad and are making this happen. But his original ROMs on his website are older and also from IPDB and don't have a problem. Yeah, so I'm gonna reinstall the... Oh, I gotta go borrow a cable from down the street again. Well, I'm gonna reinstall these ROMs again with the ones he sent me, and work on that. And then as for the displays, why? Hey, the playfield's upside down. I just went insane and tested every single diode, at least for the switch matrix. They're all fine. Also, fun fact, which is going to be great for me because they don't work, all these little button switches just don't exist on the switch matrix. I even checked the light matrix. They're not there either, but I think the bulbs are. Yay! Invisible switches that don't work. Hopefully the new code brings those back, and I really hope the new code fixes this. This diode was good. Replace the diode anyway. Coil's new. It's all... please be fixed. Okay, so not only did it solve the crashing issue, but it solved the reason... It solved this. Nope. It does need switch adjustments. It solved that. But now, I'm missing a flipper. Which should be that one. I don't think these are wired separately. I'm pretty sure this is the flipper fuse, so... whatever. I have plenty of these flipper parts. I'll just figure it out. So because it could never be anything normal, the coil's actually fine, which works out well because I didn't have an exact replacement coil. I bypass tested it and it worked. I went, okay, well, maybe the diodes went. I don't really know why there's two of them on this, but so right flipper button doesn't work. Left flipper button does. If I take the control for this flipper and very quickly ground it and let go before it has the chance to short. Oh, actually, I guess it has end of stroke, so it doesn't matter. The EOS holds it. So, gotta figure out what happened to the ground path. Okay, so through some not so difficult tracing, this is considered a special solenoid, and it was this wire that I had previously put in the wrong spot. I had it far right, it needs to be far left. So, fixed. Yippee! Alright, I think at this point I'm going to pull the soundboard and rebuild that. I still don't know what's going on with the displays, but I'm tired of working on those, so soundboard it is. This is the soundboard out of it. It looks like this was from something else. You can see two jumpers have been redone here, and this chip looks strange. I don't recognize this AMI chip. Should be another Motorola chip. It's been recapped once before, but not recently. These are very, very old caps. Potentiometer looks like it may have been changed too. Oh, that's good. Well, the soundboard does work, so whatever this repair was done was functional. Oh, I got connectors for it too. Somebody's flowed solder over this to try and give a better connection, and it's forced it against the pin a little bit more, and I'm just gonna replace it. I also repinned the adjacent connector in the machine. Alright, soundboard's done, and the strange goobery bullshit is gone, so I'm put that back in, make sure it still works. The sound still works just fine. Sounds good. Which is good now, it sounds better at low volumes. Little funky tune. It sounds better at low volumes. It used to be it was okay loud, and then it was distorted low, so that's fine. So I think what I am going to do now is fix the pops, put all the rubbers on, and then call it done. But yeah, I still have the displays, and I still have to order the LEDs, and I got to make the apron cards, but for intensive play purposes, it's done. It's fine to be put out for play until those are created. And it took a moment to clean off the coin door and get all those shitty stickers out. And I noticed that with the displays, the only numbers that look like shit are zeros. Now, I know the way the numbers, the numbers and non-zeros are controlled is different than how 0 is displayed, but I don't remember how, so I'll have to look into it and come back to it. Pop-uppers. Yeah, if you remember from the last video, this one's broken, which is also why it doesn't score, and this one's just made of the same parts, so I'm redoing that one too. Flavor. Good thing I ordered parts for both because I took the other one off and the little metal shim thing that I'm forgetting the name of just fell right off. I already have new ones. I already cleaned the contact portion of the trigger spoon. All of the parts on the pop pumper were really nasty. And like you can see, his coil sleeve here is now looking really good, almost new. It was the blackest I had ever seen pop bumper parts that still worked. That was the fun part, replacing all 600 million bad rubbers, and then also fixing this warpage. Even though I'm missing a piece, we'll murder Liberty Bell for it. Missing scoring for this one pop. That's not good. And twisted the chassis. Hey. And these are just gonna disintegrate. And these are not correct. I think I have a way of making them correct. I just had to drill them out. I tried lubricating them, I was pressing them down to the socket and they wouldn't go on. So unfortunately they are a little bit loosey-goosey. Whatever, it works. All right, first play of Williams World Cup. Well, proper play with rubbers. I've been futzing around with it all day. Oh, I didn't fix that pop. The left pop wasn't scoring. No, there it goes. Well, there's still some here and there things that need fixed. I gotta see what's going on with the zeros. The Oop, 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 oop. The left pop. It was working earlier today, so it's probably just the switch or something's not quite right. You know, maybe a wire broke. I had a few sockets that don't work. You know, it's all here and there stuff from this point on, but I'm gonna call that fixed, and there you go. There's another one. Williams World Cup, not violently different from what we did last time, which would have been Wild Card. This is definitely a fun game, nice and snappy. Can't wait to get it completely finished, but there you go.